Freedom of religion, choice and clothing, these are the basic rights. Where does hijab stand within this freedom?
Where does hijab stand within the freedom of rights? What is freedom? What do we define freedom as? Freedom is some would say freedom is the freedom or the ability to do whatever one wants, or freedom is to do what is right. Which one would you choose? If you have accepted Islam, then you would say freedom is the ability to do what is right. And what is right then? That is what Allah has established in the Quran and what Allah has sent down with His messengers. Now, when we look at the concept of hijab may just be a covering. But you see, let's look at Prophet Yusuf in the Quran. The most beautiful man. Women would cut their hands when they would see him. With all his beauty, God did not make hijab wajib on him. Yet, when a woman is praying namaz, is praying salah alone in a room, she is required to cover herself. Why? Why is it as such? There is no one looking at her, yet she's supposed to cover her body when she's praying alone. That means that hijab has a meaning that is much more deeper than just the outer covering. It has a spiritual essence to it. You see, the covering of the outer body is just one part of it. Spiritual essence, the freedom, true freedom, is not from the body. True freedom is of the soul. Human is made of two parts, a body and a soul. True freedom is realized when a woman is able to allow her soul to ascend to higher levels. This materialistic world that we live in is just one part of the whole larger picture. Now, in hijab, look at hijab as a spiritual aspect. Look at hijab as a freedom of your soul. The fact that your soul is able to ascend levels to an extent that Allah has made it wajib on you to wear it within salah, so that while you are in that most vulnerable manner, and that in that position closest to Allah, God says, "Come to me with a hijab which covers you up, so that while you are covered, your outer is covered, but your inner is set free, so you're able to ascend the spiritual levels and reach the highest levels." You see, it is easier for women to reach spiritual ascensions than it is for men, because the limitations, while we may see hijab as a limitation, it is a limitation of only the materialistic world. When the materialistic world may be limited, the inner inside is allowed to ascend the levels that no man can ever ascend. And therefore women, look at Sayyidah Fatima. Who was she? The one who the angels are going to lower their heads when she enters on the Day of Judgment. Why? It's not the same for the Prophet. Are the angels going to lower their heads when she enters on the Day of Judgment? Her outer was covered, but her inner ascended to a way that the angels are going to have to lower their heads in respect to her. And therefore, if you're able to observe the same levels of hijab, where you cover your outside, but let your inner go free, then you'll be able to ascend the levels of spiritual ascension and reach where no man has ever reached.